Mallory, representing Chargers Talk 4630. I usually come on and do a podcast maybe 3 days a week and talk about upcoming games, give previews and analysis after the games is over. And I love to interact with the Charger fan base on X or Twitter, whichever way you want to call it. And before we get started, I just want you to, if you like the content that we put out and you support the show, go to Google or go to your web browser, go to YouTube, type in Chargers Talk 4630, give a like, a thumbs up, press the notification buttons, and more importantly, please subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. And we mainly focus on just Chargers Talk football. I am a 44-year fan of the San Diego / Los Angeles Chargers, a big-time diehard, and I like to consider myself the voice of reason. And the reason why I say that, I interact with a lot of people on X or Twitter. It just seemed weird saying X. It just sounds so much better saying Twitter. But for those of you want to call it Twitter, you want to call it X, no big deal. But I interact a lot. There's a lot of older guys like myself that got a lot of years in supporting this team through the ups and downs and peaks and valleys and, trials and tribulations. And then you got a lot of new ones out there. And y'all know when I'm on, I'm always encouraging people to speak your mind. You have a right to your opinion, and let's not fight amongst each other, because whether you're a Charger fan or not, whether I agree with your opinion or not, I respect your opinion. And we can agree and disagree, but still have respect for each other. I'm going to constantly say that. That's how I was raised by my parents. That's how I teach my children, that you have an opinion and you want people to respect how you feel, but you can't force or try to change that other person to feel the way you feel. They have a right to their opinion just like you do. So now that we get that out the way, I've seen a lot of different opinions on X. And I see a lot of people on there saying guaranteed. You could lock it in, guaranteed win. Let me just say this. I've always said this, in life is not guaranteed. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us. So I can't guarantee anything because I can't guarantee life. But what I will say is this: I'm going to make a case for the Los Angeles Chargers, but let me just caution you. This is a tough task that we have up ahead Monday night. Don't think that this is easy. I see everybody on X saying, oh, we're going to blow them out and we're getting Jalen Guyton back. Oh, we're going to just toss the ball all over. Come on, guys. I like to give my analysis based off of facts and what's actually going on in the moment with the teams and how they're playing, how the special teams, how the defense, how the offense. I don't go off emotions, because if I go off emotions and my feelings, I'm going to always take the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers over everybody. But in reality, only two teams have ever went undefeated. And that's a testament to how hard that is to do. But this is a tough task. The Jets do have a good defense. They have a top 5 defense. Their defense hit hard. Their defense pay attention to detail. Their defense is great tacklers. They put pressure from the defensive line. They have really good corners. So I'm saying this is not easy. And I'm gonna caution you and say this. Just follow me. Just stay with me. We all are Chargers together. Just because you may not agree with me or I don't agree with you, we still wear the same color uniform. We still diehard Charger fans. But I just want you to stay with me. The Chargers, their 3 victories was against the Bears, the Vikings, and the Raiders. All losing teams. Right? Let's stay with me. The Jets won 4 games. 2 of them was against losing teams. But the 2 that really stand out that was significant was the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Buffalo Bills and Philadelphia Eagles, it's safe to say these guys had proven over the last decade they're a playoff team every year. They're a team that's respected around the entire National Football League. So the opponents that they've beaten and the opponents that the Chargers beaten, it's like night and day. Although I believe, like I've always said, we have the talent, we have the personnel, and we have all the tools to go out and be just as good as anybody in the National Football League. We just have to go out and put 4 quarters together. I saw a piece a couple of days ago on Brandon Staley. I've always said Brandon Staley was so arrogant and so cocky and so stubborn that he refused to make any kind of adjustments. How many times we've seen the Chargers in complete control in the first half and then the second half totally lose it, make no adjustments. The other team make the adjustments, we don't. We've been consistently under Brandon Staley not being able to adjust in the second half, where we do most of our damage in the first half and then we play conservative the second half. And we want to see 4 quarters put together. But when I saw that piece with Brandon Staley talking to the team, he said for the first time when he walked in the locker room with the last loss that they had, he seen the look in everybody's faces. He seen the disappointment in everybody's face. He seen the frustration in everybody's faces. Because everybody expected to be playing at a high level. And every team has a scheme. And so far, the scheme that Brandon Staley and the coaching staff came up with has been failing the Chargers with regards to having any kind of success that will result into winning more. And he took ownership and said, it's my fault. I didn't make a lot of adjustments that I should have made. Now, I don't know if he had a conversation with the bosses from upstairs. Well, in fact, I think he did say they all sat down with the executives and with the heads, the big bosses, and talked about where the team going and what they have to do to get on track so that this season is not lost. You just recently saw the Raiders make a move and get rid of their head coach and their offensive coordinator. So I don't know how much he's starting to see and feel that pressure that something's got to change, because it's unacceptable for the team to be struggling and be 3-4 right now. So one of the things that I'll say, I mean, you saw the trade deadline, and Tom Telesco usually not a guy that make trades at the deadline. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks made a splash by getting Leonard Williams from the Giants for a 2nd-round pick, and I think another one later. But Leonard Williams going to come in and make an impact on Seattle's line right away. You saw the Washington Redskins trade Montez Sweat to the Chicago Bears, and then trade the former Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2020 to the San Francisco 49ers, and pair Bosa and Chase Young back together since their Ohio State days. That's huge. That's a huge move for the 49ers. Now, after his Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young did suffer knee injuries a couple of years in a row, and so far he hasn't went back to the form that he was, the dominant form that he was in 2020. But now that he's over there and they got a stud defensive line, and you got Randy Gregory over there, and you got Bosa now, and now you have Chase Young, you know, I think they set themselves up, and I think they're really going to be getting after the quarterback in a way that that it's like dominant because they got the guys to do it, even though they're still struggling on the offensive side. But sticking with the Chargers, I'm going to give some love to the defense, in particular, the run defense. The run defense have been, you got Sebastian Joseph Day. You have Austin Johnson, who we missed all last year. You got Scott Matlock, who's been a lot better than we thought he was. Nick Williams, Christopher Hinton, Morgan Fox. There had to be a lot of attention toward stopping the run this year. These guys, I would look and say the Chargers have not given up a 100-yard game on the ground to either opponent yet. Raheem Mostert, start running back for the Miami Dolphins, 10 carries, 37 yards. Derrick Henry, 25 carries, 80 yards. Alexander Madison, 93 yards. He was close to 100, but he didn't break the 100-yard mark. Josh Jacobs, 17 carries, 58 yards. Tony Pollard from the Cowboys, 15 carries, 30 yards. And Isaiah Pacheco from the Kansas City Chiefs had 13 carries, 32 yards. And then Dante Foreman for the Bears had 9 carries, 34 yards. So let's give some love to that run defense, because that run defense had been horrible the last couple of years. But they have really, really keyed in on that run defense, and these guys up there deserve a lot of credit. And I'm going to tell you this. The Jets have a lot of offensive linemen that's hurt. Okay? Our defensive line has been lights out so far this season. The pass defense you still have some mental lapse of judgment sometime in that backfield where sometime, whether it's Mike Davis or Asante Samuel, somebody just all of a sudden gets wide open and catches the bomb with no one around them. They need to fix that. But that run defense into week 8 or week 9 have not given up a 100-yard rusher yet, and we were being gashed the last couple of years, every single game. That hasn't happened this year, and I'm glad to see that. But now we run into Breece Hall. Breece Hall is averaging 6.5 yards per carry. Breece Hall is a beast. Make no mistake about it. Now, for the Charger fans that's out there that constantly say blowout, 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 no. It's not going to be a blowout. I would love for it to be a blowout on the Chargers end. Of course, I would love that. But I believe, in my opinion, if they want to win this game against the Jets, we know that Zach Wilson has struggled. Make the Jets one-dimensional. Put 9 men in the box. Respect what Breece Hall brings to the table. Put 9 men in the box and say, you're not going to beat us. And if Zach Williams can throw the ball all over the yard, or Zach Williams can go toe-to-toe with Justin Herbert and match what he does or do better, then I'll take my hat off to the New York Jets organization for having a great game plan. But if you put 9 men in the box, and Breece Hall, you hold him 67 yards, 50 yards, hold him to like 2.3 yards per carry, and don't let him play a huge or significant part of their offense and make Zach Williams have to make plays. Garrett Wilson is a special wide receiver. But the quarterback needs time in the pocket in order for Garrett Wilson to get open to make those plays. If I was a part of the coaching staff with the Los Angeles Chargers, I'm putting 9 men in the box and having a spy there, and I'm going to keep them there the whole game. I'm going to keep them there the whole game and do not let Breece Hall breathe. Don't close the A and B gaps. Don't let Breece Hall get anything because he can wreck a game and he can control a game. He's that good. But you put 9 men in the box and you make Zach Wilson have to make plays. And I trust that Eric Hendricks, would make some impactful plays. I trust that he will get at least a pick. It's been coming. It's been close the last couple of weeks. I trust that Derwin James will make an impact. And I trust that this defensive line, with the guys I've mentioned in the middle, with Morgan Fox, Sebastian Joseph Day, with Christopher Hinton, with Austin Johnson, Scott Matlock, Nick Williams, constantly rotating. And then you have Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, who's the healthiest he's been in a couple of years, coming off the edges and getting after Zach Wilson. I believe if that's what they do, and that's the game plan, the Chargers can be, everybody expecting the Jets to put on a dominant defensive performance. I think it can be the Los Angeles Chargers with the defensive performance. Play to your strengths and get a run game going. That's the biggest thing. Get Eckler and Kelly going with a run game. Defensive line, get on the line and knock these offensive linemen out the way and create holes for Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly, because if you have success running the ball, then you keep your quarterback upright. Because listen, make no mistake about it. They all know. The Jets know. They know who Justin Herbert is. It's not a secret. They know who he is. They know how dynamic he is. They know that he can make all the throws, and they know that he can't have a lot of time in the pocket for them to have success. So they're going to come. They're going to come. But some draw plays and some exotic run plays, and have Keenan control the middle of the field, some slants, get QJ involved. We saw a little bit of what Quentin Johnston did with TCU. We see what he brings to the table. No fades in the corner, no bombs. He's not Mike Williams. Give him the ball in space and let him do what he do. I believe in my heart, and I broke this down not based off of feelings and emotions or the fact that I'm such a diehard Charger fan. If they execute that way, they will beat the Jets. But if you just drop him back to pass, these guys do not give them free shots at Justin Herbert. I expect to see screens. I expect to see checkdowns. I expect to see a good running game to keep them on their heels. And every once in a while, I expect a Jalen Guyton bomb every once in a while. But more importantly, if we are starting to round into the team that we are, and the key was, for me, for the first time hearing Brandon Staley say, I get it. I seen the look in your faces. I get it. I seen the frustration. I seen the pain. I seen the anger. Because you guys want to win. And it's my job to put you in positions to have success. And I have not done a great job. I've never heard him say that before. This could be the turning point. And if it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Chargers are here. What we expected the last couple of years. We have everything we need to overtake the Chiefs. I must say it. The Chiefs have been struggling also. We have everything we need. All we have to do is put it together. And if we are, it's going to start Monday night in MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where the Jets are defeated by the Los Angeles Chargers. Jets go down. Jets go down. I'm hoping that that's what happened. I believe. Don't ask me why. I've been hard on the coaching staff so far, but some key things were said this past week, and I believe that they figured it out. And if they have, and we get that running game going, and we get after Zach Wilson, we put 9 men in that box, and don't let Breece Hall be an impact, we win this game. And we not only win this game, we win this game comfortably. Los Angeles Chargers, let's go. Listen, don't forget, I'll be going on live. I have some friends. I have my son who's going to be at the game on Monday. I'm going to come on and we're going to talk a little bit on Sunday morning or Monday morning, but I am going to go live at halftime at that game. I'm going to go live on my podcast and talk to a few people, not only Charger fans, I'm going to talk to a few Jet fans at halftime. So go to my page, like it, press the notification buttons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this with another Charger fan that haven't seen it yet. And once again, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in and checking us out. I'll see you guys soon. Go